my pro license with Robbie Stockdale. You know, and I had a really good feeling for him, and heard some really good things from people at West Brom. He's on the staff at West Brom under Sam Allardyce. So, you know, I've still got good relationship with some of the playing staff and some of the staff at West Brom. I said some really good things about him, and I just jumped straight into it without knowing what I was going into. And I think, not talking for Robbie now, I think maybe Robbie did as well. You know, an opportunity to manage, and wanted to grasp that opportunity. And when we got in there, I didn't realise that it was a fan-owned club. There were several hostile takeovers which affected the running of the football club. There was a transfer embargo slapped on us, you know, with us being in there 4 or 5 days. The training facilities weren't particularly up to the level you'd expect them to be. You know, one of the key things that played in our part was that we shared it with a lacrosse team. Now,
right,
yeah, so we had 2 grass areas, and only one area was able to be marked up football wise. They had lacrosse markings on, and the best we could get in terms of a football pitch, in terms of the relevant area and distances, was half a pitch. So we probably went from November time to March time having no real size, you know, no real relative size area to do practices, because lacrosse play regardless of the weather. So you can imagine, you know, 2 or 3 games on the course of a Saturday and a Sunday, whatever the weather they play. So areas were affected, you know, pitches underwater. So we probably went from, as I said, from October time or late October time to early March time without doing any real relative tactical work, because everything had to be in small cluster areas, or we spent the time working on a 3G. So that's obviously a big hindrance, especially when you want to play a certain brand of football and you want to work, you know, specifically tactically.
Train at the stadium, could that have been just on the Friday or whatever?
Yeah, we did a couple of times, but again, and I didn't know this until I went to the football club. There was a rugby league team there as well. So, you know, it's not just a case of it was exclusive to the football and we could manage it. We're going to be away on Saturday, so let's get there on a Thursday or a Friday, or a Thursday and Friday. Well, we couldn't do that because the goalposts were removed and the rugby posts were installed, and we couldn't affect the pitch for the rugby. So, you know, we did as often as we possibly could, but, you know, we're probably saying less than 5 or 6 times did we have that ability to go and train at the stadium. So that was it's a hindrance. You know, I like working tactically with the players. As I said to you before, you know, I don't like just putting sessions on, but there were times where we just had to go, listen, the trade-off today is going to be, we've got to get a physical hit. We might not be able to get the tactical work in we want to. We've got to get a physical hit. And that obviously played a part in us not being able to prepare the team in the manner and the fashion that we wanted to on a regular enough basis.